Honorable Otienda Amolo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I wanted to bring to your attention, and I brought to the attention of the clerk, that there's also a former member who actually served with you, the first member of parliament of Rarieda, who also died last week, the Honorable Bob Jalango Nyanduga.
Bob Jalango died?
Yes, he died.
I wasn't aware.
4 days ago.
Yes.
And so I was requesting that as you give the other members, you also do include him in that list. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So you start.
Very well.
2 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, we lost the Honorable Bob Jalango Nyanduga, who was the first member of parliament of Rarieda. Bob Jalango Nyanduga served for 1 term, but after that was 1 term. And I'm not speaking of any other term. I'm speaking of the term of the Honorable Bob Jalango Nyanduga. But Mr. Speaker, as has become of many members who served for only 1 term, he was not well endowed and he actually suffered. And it is actually a case for why we as members of parliament should actually invest in what we started the other time in terms of, post-service endowment. The Honorable Bob Jalango Nyanduga hailed from Rarieda in a place called Asembo. He was also the brother of another member who served here, the Honorable Grace Ogot. In his time, he laid the foundation that subsequent members then continued. Because after him, the Honorable Achieng' Oneko also served. After that, who also passed. After that, the Honorable Den Ngure, who also passed. After that, the Honorable Raphael Tuju, who is alive. And after that, the Honorable Nicholas Gumbo, who is alive. And then yours truly has taken over. And I do not intend to leave that seat anytime soon. So this should also serve as a notice for those who think that they want to come to this August House, that Otiende Amolo is not leaving anytime soon. Mr. Speaker, we need to honor these members because to serve as a member of parliament is a sacrifice that most people don't understand. You sacrifice your family, you sacrifice your money, you sacrifice the pleasures of life to serve your people. And the only thing we can do to those fallen members who are now deserted is at least to acknowledge them and honor them. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Mogaka Steve.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to make a statement on the first woman from Gusii community to ever step in this parliament. Mr. Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 259D2B, I rise to pay tribute to the former nominated Member of Parliament, the late Honorable Katherine Nyamato, better known as Ekerebi, who passed away on the 16th of July, the year of the Lord 2025. Mr. Speaker, the late Honorable Katherine Nyamato, who was born on the 28th of February 1949, joined politics in 1997 as a nominated member through the then ruling party, KANU, Baba na Mama, and where she served diligently until 2002. During her tenure in Parliament, she was a fearless advocate for gender equality, civic education, and women's rights champion. She also campaigned relentlessly against early marriages, female FGM, and low literacy among the girls. The late Honorable Katherine Nyamato continued to advance women's rights beyond politics as the Secretary General of the League of Kenya Women's Voters Caucus, where she was instrumental in the establishment of civic forums for women's political participation. Mr. Speaker, Honorable Katherine Nyamato was born at Nyabite Market, where I was also born, and she's my cousin, as well as cousin to the most flamboyant member of parliament from West Mogrango, the late Honorable George Justus Morara, who died in a suspicious road accident. Honorable Speaker, Honorable Nyamato's contribution to the nation will forever be cherished. On my own behalf and the people of West Mogrango constituency, I wish to take this opportunity to condole with her family, relatives, friends, and the people of Kenya at large for losing such a dedicated woman leader. May her soul rest in eternal peace. And thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me an opportunity to give this tribute to this gallant woman leader. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Kwame Okwame.
Pioneer.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for allowing me to make a statement on the demise of the late former Member of Parliament for Karachuonyo, Honorable Phoebe Aisyo. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provisions of Standing Order 259 2 and B, I rise to pay tribute to the former Member of Parliament for Karachuonyo, the late Phoebe Aisyo, who passed away on 17th July 2025. Honorable Speaker, the late Honorable Phoebe Aisyo, who was born on 12th September 1932, began her career as a teacher after completing her studies. She then became the first female senior superintendent of prisons in 1963, where she spearheaded various rehabilitation programs. The late Honorable Asio, her passionate advocacy for women's rights enabled her to rise through the ranks and become the first African woman to chair the Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization in 1958. Mama Asio was a pioneer and trailblazer who, being the first senior superintendent of Kenya prisons, the first woman elder among the Luo elders, the first goodwill ambassador for the United Nations Development Fund for Women, and commissioner in the Constitution of Kenya Review Commission. She received honorary doctorates from Lehi and York University, and the government of Kenya recognized her with an Order of the Grand Warrior, that is OGW. Honorable Speaker, the late Honorable Asio later ventured into politics in 1979 when she vied for and was elected as the Member of Parliament for Karachuonyo constituency and served until 1983. She served her second term of Parliament from 1992 to 1997. The late Honorable Asio was instrumental in pushing for gender reforms, including affirmative action that sought to address domestic violence, widow disinheritance, electoral violence against women, child marriage, and female genital mutilation. In 1997, she introduced a motion on affirmative action, which was prompted by the exclusion of women from Kenya politics. She is hailed for being the originator of the two-gender principle that was later anchored in the 2010 Constitution. Honorable Speaker, her contribution to the women and the nation at large will forever be cherished. I wish to take this opportunity on my own behalf and on behalf of my constituents to condole with the family of the late Honorable Asio, her family, relatives, friends, and the people of Kenya at large. May her soul rest in eternal peace. Honorable Speaker, I thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you, Okwame. Honorable members, I'll give 10 minutes to this, and whoever I give, 1 minute. Mother Wangari.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity, and I also join honorable members in eulogizing these great members, former members of this House, and specifically Honorable Katherine Nyamato and Honorable Phoebe Aisyo, who have been trailblazers in the fight for women in this House. In fact, Mr. Speaker, were it not for these successes, some of us would not be here as the beneficiaries of affirmative action and people who have set the pace. And coming from the area where Honorable Katherine Nyamato came from. In fact, I think she's the only woman, apart from the affirmative action seats, to ever sit in this House. This area, Mr. Speaker, doesn't really elect women in this House, so I think she started a good fight. But Mr. Speaker, specifically Honorable Phoebe Aisyo, she is a trailblazer, Mr. Speaker. She was a UNIFEM ambassador. She was, Mr. Speaker, actually elevated to be an elder in the Luo community because of the work she had done, Mr. Speaker. But more importantly, she was the original chair of Maendeleo ya Wanawake that has really fought and set the pace in the country. And Mr. Speaker, it is sad that we have lost her, but the benefits will be seen from now going forward, and we hope.
Thank you. Mawade. There is also a man on the list, Bob Jalango.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I also want to join other members in eulogizing these heroines that served in this House, and especially a person that I knew very well. I met her, Honorable Phoebe Aisyo. Under the leadership of Honorable Joe Akech, we, the football team of Umeme FC, went to play in Kindube when Honorable Phoebe Aisyo was campaigning for a second term. She was a strong leader. We would adore her, watching her on TV, and the many positive things she brought and continued to fight. Every time she would speak, she would always talk about the need to have additional or many female leaders.
Meli Odhiambo. Okay. You have 1 minute and it's ticking.
Can I have 2 minutes, please? 2.
1.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, even though you are only giving me 1 minute, because in this House, I think the person who knows the first 2 members very well is myself.
Not more than me.
I know more than you. Mr. Speaker, I knew Phoebe Aisyo. That's why I was saying 1 minute is too short for me. I've known Phoebe Aisyo since I was 11 years old. She persuaded me to join politics through her own life when I watched her when she was actually going through campaigns, and she won by a landslide. But Mr. Speaker, because of a short time I've been given, she is actually like a second mother to me. Honorable Nyamato is a very good friend to me. I have even visited them at their rural homes, slept in their homes. So there are people who are very, very well known to me. And Mr. Speaker, I just want to say that Honorable Phoebe Aisyo is the reason that we have most of the women here, especially on the issue of affirmative action.
Yes, Osoro. Avoid any preliminaries.
Thank you very much, Honorable
and
Speaker.
go
With,
straight
of
to
course, the
point.
pressure to speak, within 1 minute, I also want to join my colleagues in condoling with the families of the Honorable Phoebe Aisyo and the Honorable Katherine Nyamato. Honorable Speaker, Nyamato remained a pillar in the Gusii community. As a pioneer female member of parliament in this House, Honorable Speaker, she remained to be a role model to the girl child, traversing across the entire Gusii region, Honorable Speaker, motivating ladies to try elective seats or leadership skills, Honorable Speaker. So Gusii nation has lost a very strong woman, and may her soul rest in eternal peace. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker.
Bensouda, 1 minute.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity to eulogize with the family of Honorable the late Mama Phoebe Aisyo Muga. On behalf of Homa Bay County, she is my mother, and so I come from Karachuonyo constituency where I'm married. I would want to register in this house that the late Honorable Mama Phoebe Aisyo Muga told me that it was time to resign as the CEC for roads in Kisumu County and come back home and work. Honorable Speaker, she directed me to be mentored by Honorable Whip Millie Odhiambo. Millie Odhiambo had to travel from Nairobi to come and meet me, to sit me down for 3 hours. Honorable Speaker, Mama Phoebe Aisyo is a trailblazer. She is a woman of action. She has tactful strategies of politics. She knows the power of the wooden stake, and she knows the...
Sabina Chege. I can say how Millie taught you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to join my colleagues in giving the condolences to the families of departed honorable members. Mr. Speaker, I had met Honorable Phoebe Aisyo, and I want to join the other ladies to say she set the pace for us. I want to say, Honorable Speaker, the honors is on us who are now the women members of parliament to make sure, as Honorable Millie had to travel all the way to Homa Bay to mentor a lady, that the honors are on us now. Those ladies have done their work. It is upon us to make sure that we inspire, and we also mentor as many many of them as possible, so that they follow the steps. One day we'll be gone, and we'll also need more ladies. I look forward for a day where the 2/3 the men will look for it and not the women. I thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, we give to... I'll give to Julius Olesunguli.
Mr. Speaker, I wish to also join in condoling upon the death of Honorable Phoebe Aisyo and Honorable Katherine Nyamato and also Bob Jalango. The first two were well known to me. They were members of my party, KANU. They were nurtured by the party, and they were part of the history of both KANU and Kenya. In particular, the Honorable Phoebe Aisyo was a model for many of the people in Kenya who wanted to aspire to ethical leadership. She was a strong debater in this house, and I still recall how she used to do it from that side of the government. Honorable Nyamato was equally a member of our party. She was, we were together, we served together in parliament, and I wish her a good rest.
Omongina.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for giving me this opportunity so that I can also condole with the departed. Honorable Speaker, I come from Nyamira, where Honorable Nyamato was born, where she was married. And Honorable Speaker, I want to tell the world that Honorable Nyamato was like a Dorica of the Bible. When she died, most of the women that she had mentored, they came carrying whatever that Nyamato had given. And I want to tell this house that we have lost a woman that we will never get in Kisii land. And you know, from Kisii, it is very hard for women to be elected. But when she came to this house, she showed the world that the women of Kisii can work. The women of Kisii can fight. And she was fighting for the girl child. And
Zamzam.
Mheshimiwa Spika, na mimi niweze kutoa rambirambi zangu kwa familia ya mwenda zake Phyllis Asio. Alikuwa ni mama ambaye alitupa sisi kina mama wote Kenya nzima nguvu ya kuweza kusonga mbele kama kina mama. Na leo tuko katika bunge hili, leo tunajivunia kwa sababu ya yale matunda ambayo mama Phoebe aliweza kuyapanda, Mheshimiwa Spika. Kwa hiyo mimi natoa pole zangu kwa familia, na Mwenyezi Mungu aweze kumuhifadhi na wema, na anapokwenda ajue zile mbegu alizopanda bado ziko katika Wakenya na mioyo ya kina mama wa taifa hili. Asante sana Mheshimiwa Spika.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thank you for the opportunity to pass my condolences on behalf of myself, the people of Seme, my family, for the 3 members. But I think as a house, we have to think the number of deaths that we are experiencing. I was able to meet Honorable Nyamato, and I was actually a pediatrician in Kisii, and I knew her commitment to public service. Bob Jalango was actually a trailblazer when the constituency started, and also in the diplomatic circles. You must have known that with him. For Honorable Phoebe Aisyo, what I remember most about her is the issue of the girl child and the gender issues. I think her leadership in the girl child has been so successful that now we are also asking, what about the boy child? And we have to actually look at the boy child in remembrance of Asio. No.
Members, will end here. We'll end here. Jen Kiara.
Thank you very much for this minute. Mr. Speaker, I know these 2 women. I wish to eulogize with their families. I was with Phoebe Aisyo in Maendeleo ya Wanawake. She's a trailblazer. When Maendeleo ya Wanawake was really working and helping women, I have met her this year. I was with Honorable Nyamato in Kenya. She was the women leader. At some stage, I thought she was going to get that seat because she really worked hard. So the 2 of them, I worked with them. I knew all of them. Honorable Phoebe Aisyo was in our many forums as a mentor, as a guest speaker, women forums. She had done a lot of work for the women of this country, and we ask God to rest them in his peace in heaven. God bless you.
I want to close here, you good ladies. I know some of you didn't even know the women who were eulogizing. Chair Kewopa.
Thank you very much, Mr.
After you, will close with Rueda.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, Rueda, and then the lady from Nyamira.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I also rise to eulogize the fallen heroes and also Phoebe Aisyo, who actually laid the foundation for the 2/3 gender rule, which actually remains central in our ongoing pursuit. Mr. Speaker, on behalf of KEWOPA, all the women of Kenya, I want to pass our sincere condolences to the family, and we pray that may their souls rest in peace. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Yes, Rueda.
Asante Bwana Spika. Nami nichukue nafasi hii kwa niaba yangu mimi, familia yangu na watu wangu wa Lamu Mashariki, tutoe rambirambi zetu kwa mashujaa wetu wa kike. Zaidi nitoe rambirambi kwa Phoebe Aisyo, tutamkumbuka kwa maendeleo ya wanawake. Tunamjua alikuwa ni yuko mbele kwa haki za binadamu, zaidi kwa haki za kina mama. Na matokeo yake yameonekana. Sisi kina mama tutamkumbuka tena, kina mama hata mashinani wanamkumbuka kwa maendeleo ya wanawake. Ilishika sana na hata saulika kwa hayo, na kama sisi wengine tulipopata affirmative kuingia hapa kama women rep, ni juhudi zake na zitazaa matunda. Hata kama yeye atakuwa uko mbele za Mwenyezi Mungu, sisi huku inshallah tutaendeleza yale alikuwa mazuri akiyafanya. Asante Bwana Speaker.
Mayaka.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker, for the opportunity to give my tribute to the 3 honorable members, Katherine Nyamato, Phoebe Aisyo, and Bob Jalango. But Honorable Speaker, more specifically for Katherine Nyamato, I'd just like to salute her because Katherine was the first woman nominated from Bogichora ward in West Mogirango. I am the second one from the same ward and the same constituency. But other than that, Katherine was a mentor to most of us. She gave us a lot of wisdom, and she also guided us in our political journey. And also to the Honorable Phoebe Aisyo, who was a trailblazer and who also really helped and held the hand of so many women. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, to those amazing women, and for their sake, we will ensure that we continue with this fantastic job that they've given us. May their souls rest in peace. I thank you.
Thank you. On Osero, you are the very last.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for being the very last. For the avoidance of doubt, Mr. Speaker, I would like to inform the House that after Katherine Nyamato's nomination as a woman, the second woman is only one Rene who is seated here. And I would like to inform the House that the burial will be conducted in Borabu on the 8th. That is my constituency. She was born and raised in Honorable Steve Mogaka's constituency, but she has been living in Borabu, and that is where she'll be interred. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, honorable members. Yours truly here served with all the three deceased members. Nobody mentioned that the late Phoebe Aisyo, nobody mentioned that the late Phoebe Aisyo shook the country by defeating the dreaded Okiki Amayo at the time she stood to come to this parliament. Order, Millie. I gave you time. You had too many preliminaries and you couldn't make your point. Honorable members, I'll now ask all of us, including the students in the gallery, to be upstanding to observe a minute's silence in honor of our three departed colleagues, Bob Jalango, Phoebe Aisyo Muga, and Katherine Nyamato. May their souls rest in eternal peace. Amen. Unfortunately, Millie, they are all from Nyanza. You may wish to know that when the terrorists hit Garissa University, I buried 9